Hey there, I'm Kurt from Dfab.studio and today we're making a snowflake ornament. So my friend Joe Kirshima has built a Christmas tree, a special Christmas tree that he built himself with 3D printed branches, and he asked me and several other makers out there, basically anyone in the world who would like to participate, to make some Christmas ornaments. The idea is to finally donate it to the Kids Network charity. All this takes is a little bit of design on Fusion 360, some printing with a 3D printer, and a little bit of resin mixing in the end. Check out how I did it. As with any 3D printing project that has to start from scratch, I started in Fusion 360. This is only one of the many 3D modeling softwares available to anyone, so pick your favorite and get started. I had a rough design in mind and I knew I wanted to give it some special feature, so I made sure to design channels in which I could pour resin. Oh, and don't forget to design a hole to hang it from. With the design complete, it was time to hop on the printer. The printing was done on a Prusa i3 Mark III, which I had access to at work. And while I'm here, I'd like to thank Dfab.studio for letting me use their printer for this project. Links to Dfab.studio are down in the description below. It printed at 0.1mm layer height using light blue PLA with all the default settings that come with setting up the printer on Cura. Now comes the part where the fails happen, but failing is also part of the process. I wanted to make a silicone mold of the snowflake so that I could cast it in resin. Ideally, you mix the appropriate ratio and mix it well. Then, you either degauss the mixture if you have access to a degaussing chamber, or try to stretch the silicone while you're pouring. This brings the bubbles to the surface and bursts them. Once all the parts are covered equally and well enough, tap the mold several times and try to bring as many bubbles to the surface as possible. Something went wrong with my pour. Either didn't mix it well enough, didn't mix the right ratio, or Silicantus, the god of silicone molds, was angry at me. so it failed, and I had to throw it away.
I will remember you.
Mistakes and failures are all part of the learning process, but silicone is expensive and I did not have enough time to go back to the shop and mix up a new batch, so I printed another snowflake and decided to inlay it with resin. I used art resin, which mixes in a 1:1 ratio. I also added a few drops of blue ink to color it. It is also very important to make sure that the resin is mixed thoroughly and that there are no isolated spots of hardener or resin. The resin was poured into the channels of the snowflake, and the barbecue lighter was used to pop the surface bubbles. Heat makes the resin more runny and allows for bubbles to rise to the surface and pop. This is a good technique to get clear glass-like resin without a pressure pot. Just be careful not to burn the resin, as some kinds are flammable. Also make sure you don't deform the PLA print, as it cannot withstand temperatures higher than 170 degrees Celsius without deforming. Finally, the snowflake was left to set for about a day. So here is the final product. Look how nice it came. I'm really pleased with the little bit of resin inlay. At first I was just going to 3D print it and just send it off, but then I thought it might need a bit of a further touch. The whole silicone mold making was a failure, but it's there to show you that no matter what happens, you can always make a situation better. You can always get the final result that you need. That being said, I'm not done with silicone mold making, and I'll be sure to make more in the future. It's a bit costly to use, and just throw away. Soon I will be off to send this to my friend Joe, and I hope this sits really well on your maker tree. Also, I managed to rope my mother into it, and she made these cool crochet Christmas ornaments. How cool! More makers in the family. As always, you can check out my channel for more videos. You can follow me on my social media or Dfab.studio.net, and I wish you the very best for the festive season of 2018. Happy holidays and a happy new year!